Like I really wanted to win, but like I wasn't sure if I was going to win, sort of thing. Especially when I had like Bia Mosquito second round. And a lot of people kind of coming up to me being like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," which is kind of fair enough, to be fair. But I think this time I'm really confident in myself. Like, and you can't guarantee you're going to win. You never can. But I really do think that I have the ability to win. And I think the rule set suits me a lot and suits my style a lot. So I'm really confident going into it. It's been like 3 years now, so I feel like my game has changed a lot. Like I obviously still love being on top and love passing, but I feel like my guard game has really changed a lot now. I'm gonna be working on a lot of wrestling in the lead up as well, but I think the importance will be more so on the ground, especially in my division. So yeah, I feel like my game has changed a lot, especially my guard. I feel like that's really developed a lot in the last 3 years. Even though Bianca won last time, I respect her game a lot, and I do think she's going to be a big challenge. There's no one in the division that's not going to be, but I think Bia still is probably the top dog in that group, especially her close guard. It's so good. But I am feeling confident going into it. I've beaten her before. I believe I could beat her again. But yeah, like everyone in that division is going to be incredibly tough. There's a few like underdogs, like not underdogs, but like I know how good these people are, but people may not see how good, you know, like they may not be as aware of them. Like Brianna St. Marie has a really, really strong game, and she fights very forward too, which I love fighting people like that. Maisa Bastos is incredible. The only thing is that she's small, but I think that's actually going to be quite beneficial for her because her guard is very, very tricky. And I think the bigger girls may not be so used to dealing with that. And I think that will actually give people a lot of problems in the division. And then there's tons of other girls that I probably don't even know much about yet, but I'm going to research, that will probably be incredibly tough as well. Importance. Gi Worlds is my #1, but like now it's like that new goal is set now, isn't it? So it would be very, I think it's more beneficial for your career to win ADCC, because I feel like in Gi Worlds, there's not so many eyes on it, whereas there's a lot more prestige given to ADCC now. So my personal favorite to win would be Gi Worlds, just on a personal level, but I think in terms of prestige, ADCC is above it now. First ADCC I did, I got submitted the first round. So that was, and nothing really happened. I was essentially just like this instantly. So you don't really get much experience other than like that was kind of traumatizing and publicly humiliating. So the second one was good because then I actually got to fight people and I actually won matches, and I got to fight the best person in the world, which is Bia. Like you can't say she's not the best female. Like you know, the female goat. Not a niche. I think I called her the goat, and then she thought I meant an actual goat. And then someone explained to her, thankfully, that I didn't mean it as the animal. I meant as like the best. I was like, the opposite of what you think. It's actually a big compliment, not a big insult. So yeah, like I think that was really big in terms of like making improvements and just getting to fight people. Like I like to compete often because I get to sort of build my confidence against people. Because sometimes I get in my head and be like, I don't belong here, I'm so shit, why am I fighting these people? But then you just like, if I compete against them all the time, I kind of like reaffirm to myself that like, no, like I'm worthy to compete against these people and I can do well against them too. So yeah, being in the final was like a really cool experience as well. Terrifying, but like good fun. So I think that'll be helpful. I'm like a veteran now. I'm like the old person, that's sad. I'm like the 27 is like old in jiu-jitsu.